You know, this is a special thing if you can get a 10 in a heat. At first you're thinking about the heat. Let's do some numbers in your head. And then I'm going, you know, there's 10s out here. Don't go for half the score, you know. Don't go for just trying to win a heat. The waves are the stars today, that's for sure.
Devil Kelly is still boss. Kelly Slater rewrote surfing history at the Volcom Fiji Pro by hooking up 2 consecutive mega inside barrels and placing perfect scores. While he's carved many a single 10 in his long career, a perfect 20 has only been done 4 times at the ASP World Championship Tour since its beginnings back in 1976. Twice now by Slater. And now the full take on this historic achievement in Taranua and the first NC Sports mid-season recap from the men's WCT on this edition of Top Story. Plunge into the action with NC Sports. Slater's progression and form here in Fiji were impeccable. The 2 consecutive 10s were scored just a half hour apart in quarterfinal action against Hawaii's Sebastian Seabass Zeets. Kelly dominated in the following matchup versus John Florence with a strong 18.17, and then went on for another huge 19.80 in the 2-heat final against Mick Fanning.
You know, when the waves are this good, I don't discount it happening maybe a couple times during the event. You know, as soon as somebody gets a 10 early in the heat, you gotta keep your eyes out, because, I mean, the waves are there. You just gotta stand up on them.
Up under the lip, high and tight tube ride on the foam ball, makes it, and he's still riding in the tube. Gets spit out. Kelly Slater off the bottom. The crowd going wild. Huge turn.
Built on the spectacular 2-meter Pacific Ocean break at the restaurants and cloud break beaches, this Fiji win signals a strong comeback for the 11-time world champion. Now also in first place on the WCT overall ranking, Slater is the new king of Taranua and, for the moment, of the world. Posting high scores of his own and pushing back reigning world champion Joel Parkinson in the quarters, Mick Fanning's determined runner-up finish now propels the Australian to number 2 in the world. On the comeback from his early injury at the Gold Coast, John Florence also posted a couple of 10s here in Fiji. The Hawaiian defeated Jordy Smith in the quarters before conceding to Slater in the semi.
This one, I don't know. I didn't even know what it was going to be. I was kind of curious with that one. It's like a little smaller wave, you know, inside, and I did a couple big turns, I think, and then it kind of had a long running barrel on the inside, and I was like stoked to make the inside barrel, and yeah.
John shared third place overall with American CJ Hopgood, who first eliminated Australian Josh Kerr in the quarters, but then fell to a very powerful Mick Fanning in his semi-final here at the Volcom Fiji Pro.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, you know. I thought, you know, I started off with that 9-2 and then turned around to see Kelly just doing the Jesus Christ in that big one, and I thought, you know, even when they didn't give him a 10 for the other one, I thought, oh, I'm still in this, and then he shut the gate. But you know, I had a great event. You know, a few slow heats at the start, but then came good towards the end, and you know, that's what it matters.
Following a sparkling season start, both Adriano de Souza and Jordy Smith were pushed back by the ASP seniors in Fiji, respectively to 5th and 3rd place overall, and with Taj Burrows in 4th place. Brazilian pro star de Souza lost the fizz and dropped to a dramatic 25th position in Taranua, while the South African Smith ultimately managed to tie for 5th place with Aussie legend Joel Parkinson and keep up with the big boys. The battle of the generations is now full on for the rest of this awesome men's ASP 2013 Pro Tour. 2012 world champion Joel Parkinson is still trailing the leaders. However, with his 5th place finish here in Taranua, the Aussie is now sitting in 7th place on the WCT, right behind USA's Nat Young. With 6 more events to go on the Pro Tour calendar, Parko is still poised for a strong comeback.
It's, there's so much talent now. I think anybody can do it. I think, guys from 30th can beat guys in number 1 and 2. So you really just be on your game, be ready for whatever, I guess, cloud break or restaurants or from here on out, whatever throws up.
With the ASP Tour now completing its 5th stopover in Bali for the Oakley Pro, all eyes are set on the top contenders. With such a level of performers, the tension is peaking. Everyone is after the high scores, but most importantly, the time for mistakes is now over. Stay tuned to All NC Sports Edition for the latest updates and more in-depth stories from the WCT. NC Sports, plunge into the action.